Here is a premium thick boy. This is the premium ultra foil thick boy Sergzik the Silent King here. Look how thick that cardstock is. Let me show you. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. And tonight, we have a very special treat for you because we are doing our first actual paper Magic product opening, review, unboxing, and sleeving. We're going to have our little sleeves here, and we're going to go over this. We're going to look at the cards. This is a first for our channel for in a lot of different ways. So if you like this kind of content with more physical Magic products, Commander content, any of the stuff like that, then I would ask you to do something for me. Do you know what I would ask you to do? Tenderly press that like button. Gently press that subscribe button. Because if you don't, the like and subscribe will come and get you if you don't. And you don't want to mess with him, because he's Phyrexian. He maybe even has living steel in him. Who knows? It's a little Necron joke for me and you. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all the live streaming goodness. We will be opening more product on live stream if this is popular. So I want to hear from you. But we are opening this live and in person. We're going to be going over some live product. We're going to be doing some more paper product reviews because I actually do have a backlog of paper products. I have my old cards. I got a lot of stuff. So join us on the stream for that. You can check out our Discord community for all the latest news and information. Maybe we'll figure out how to make some Commander games on Spell Table, so check us out there. And of course, this deck and all the other ones, well, all these other things that I have are available on my Aether Hub. I don't think this deck is probably just available online, but check out my Aether Hub for my deck builds anyway. So, guys, I really want to get feedback. If you like this kind of content, if you like unboxing, if you like paper card reviews, please tell me. Leave a like. I'm going to gauge this by how many comments, how many likes I get, how well this is received, doing paper product reviews. I have been craving this card box right here. And my very lovely significant other, shall we say, Silent Snow, bought this for me for the holidays as a holiday gift. This is the Warhammer 40K Universes Beyond NECRONS Commander deck. Okay? This is a 100-card Commander deck, and I think it's Commander legal. I'm pretty sure it's Commander legal. With new cards, foils, all kind of stuff in it. I have been craving this one. It has been out of stock everywhere. So big ups to Silent Snow for giving this one to me. I love Necrons. I think they are so cool. And obviously, if you know me, guys, you can see that this is mono black. All right? This is mono black artifact. What is a Necron? What is a 40K? Well, let's pop open the box here first, and we'll start talking about that. Okay? I know I'm going to get comments about how I'm doing this brutally. I'm doing it incorrectly. But I have a knife that I could open it with, but I figured if I showed a knife on camera, my channel will get demonetized, and I would get thrown into Twitter jail. I mean, Twitch jail. So I'm just going to use my hands here. Look at that. I think those might be some tokens actually on top. So what is a Necron and what is 40K? Well, 40K is a setting from Games Workshop that takes place 40,000 years in the future, and it is grim dark. What does grim dark mean? Grim dark means that everyone is miserable and there's war all the time. This was a unique kind of choice for Wizards of the Coast to make a product in, but I think that all the things that they could have involved, Warhammer is probably one of the best. There's magic, there's weird worlds, there's psychic powers, there's monsters, there's all kinds of stuff. I feel like it actually really does fit well within the universe of Magic, more so than Walking Dead or any of those other things. So I was really excited about this. I love Necrons, and I play Necrons, not in tabletop, but I always play them in Dawn of War and all that stuff like that. We'll probably do some Dawn of War streams to get some Necron hype up. Okay, here we go, guys. Beautifully packaged, beautifully popped open right here. All right. Aeons, they have slumbered. So, what is a Necron? Well, they are robots. That's what they are. They're living metal machines that have been asleep for thousands, millions of years, as a matter of fact. Necron fans are going to get mad at me if I say thousands of years. That's nothing in 40K time. Millions. Oh, look at that. A little deck box. Look at that. Came with a deck box. Beautiful. All right. Look at that. Not bad. So the Necrons have been around. They fought in the War in Heaven, which if you've ever seen my decks before, I've always kind of mentioned. I've talked about the War in Heaven. I have actually named some decks War in Heaven. And what they've done is they fought their gods because they would not give them immortality. That's the Cliff's Notes version. They turned their entire race, their entire civilization into living metal constructs and got rid of their souls. So they are soulless robots, and they are an ancient Egyptian-themed monsters. Not monsters, so to speak, but robot things that are waking up all over the galaxy. They had tomb worlds all over the place. What is a tomb world? Well, a tomb world is where they live. It was a world where there's millions upon millions of Necrons hanging out, sleeping in a robot slumber, and then somebody comes along and accidentally wakes them up. The entire world is filled with Necrons, ships, pharaons, all kinds of stuff. And they wake up and they just mess up the place. They just take everybody out. They use gauze rifles. They use ancient magics. They use their own gods as a power supply. They killed their gods and trapped them in these biomechanical bodies and structures and technology that's beyond anything anyone's seen. And after that, they basically went to sleep. And now they're waking up with all this amazing technology. They're fighting the Imperium of Man, the Space Marines. But you could say that their great enemy is the Tyranids, which is a different commander deck. A different kind of commander deck, which are giant bug monsters. But I love the Necrons because they're very cool. They're silent. They don't really talk that much. Well, their leader is called the Silent King, Zarak the Silent King. And most of their warriors don't ever talk. They march in perfect unison and just mow everybody down with their gauze rifles, which is amazing here. So I'm popping out all these tokens. Here we go. Okay, look at that. So that came with a lot of tokens, a lot of counters. Let me put this away somewhere. Okay, that was really cool. So this is a full product review and unboxing. So we're gonna get to the cards, but it came with these little a Necrons marker, a Magic Cards marker, and a Silent King marker. It also came with these tokens. Some little cardboard tokens. Some are Magic, and some are Necron themed. So there you go. All of this. So really cool stuff. I mean, you're getting a lot in here. It's not just the deck. It's not just a bunch of loose cards in a pack. You're actually getting, a couple of little bonuses, especially like this deck box. And we have a lovely life wheel here. Came with a Necron-themed counter and life wheel. So that's pretty cool. And that'll fit in your deck box nicely there. So, down to the main show here. Here's your little instructions. Universes Beyond. Why the Necrons are black and lying. In the long past, the Necrons sacrificed almost everything for the sake of power and ambition. They'll do whatever it takes to achieve their goal, conquering even death itself to return and continue to fight. They believe the galaxy belongs to them, and they will take it back by any means necessary. As we see here, magic is power, death, and ambition. And if that doesn't describe the Necrons, I don't know what does, guys. And you're going to see a lot of artifacts in here. The fun thing about them on the mechanical tabletop, they used to be Terminators. That was kind of their inspiration, was like Terminator, the original Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, where they were just these silent, unflinching robots that would just slowly walk towards you and overwhelm you in a scary kind of way. And even one of their abilities used to be called I'll Be Back, because you would kill them and then knock a bunch of pieces down, and basically you would roll on your turn, and a bunch of the Necrons would just wake back up. They had something called reanimation protocols. So the living metal, you can blow up a Necron, you can shoot it with a rocket launcher, a bolter, do anything you can with it, blast it with magical lightning, whatever you have there, and they'll lay there for a minute and then slowly just start reassembling like the T-1000, which is really cool. So they are just undead robots. So let's get rid of that. I don't want to damage this, but it is a little tricky to get open. There we go. Okay. All right, here we go, boys. Now we're into the juice of it. All right. Here are the cards. Oh, hold on. Let me get it. Let me sniff here. Oh, yeah. If you're a real Magic player, you know what I'm talking about right there. My goodness, that fresh card smell. Here it is, guys. Here it is. Let me get the camera focus real quick for you. Is the camera focusing? This is Sarzek the Silent King. Yeah, the sweet, sweet smell of analog Magic the Gathering. I don't know if that's focusing or not. You can see this is foil. Let's see if it's got any curve to it. Doesn't appear to be curving too bad. You gotta watch foils, they'll curve. They'll curve on you. Nice cardstock, pretty thick. So he is 4 black, 1. Zarek the Silent King. He is a 3/4 flying Necron. Legendary artifact creature. All the Necrons are artifact creatures, which is interesting. My will be done. Whenever he attacks, mill 3 cards. You may put another artifact, creature card, or vehicle from among the cards you milled into your hand. So he will mill you and then bring you back, is what he'll do. Not great focus. Yeah, let me try to adjust the focus on our camera here. This isn't really a great focusing. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get a tight focus. Is that a Galaxy Watch? It is, Numbskull. Thank you for noticing. Let me get this. Deinterlacing. Blending method, group, transform. Well, either way, it sucks that I can't get a good focus on this. It sucks that it's so blurry. But you can see the foil on here. And look what I have here, guys. This is what I'm going to be sleeving the premium cards in. Did you know that you could buy these J-Villain card sleeves? Yeah, there's a link in the description. Not a lot of people know that. It's a little hidden product that I have. Very nice premium card sleeves here. So now he is a true blue villain, or true black villain. A true black villain, as it were. Look at that. Look at that. You can actually buy these card sleeves in case you're interested. So that is the commander for this deck. Imhotep the Stormlord. He is a really cool guy here. Ooh, I think he's a little bit more curved. A little bit of curvature there. Okay. 3/3 Pharaon. So he is a Pharaon, which is like their version of a pharaoh. Why is my autofocus not working? Okay. I don't think you can read it. But I'll read it for you. When one or more artifact creatures leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black Necron warrior artifact creature token. And he has Grand Strategist. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target artifact creature you control gains +2/+2 and gains menace until the end of turn. So he will boost everybody. He's also not a bad commander. So put him in a sleeve. The flayed ones. Now these are interesting here. What is a flayed one? A flayed one is a type of Necron that is infected with the Flayer virus. And what is the Flayer virus, you might ask? The Flayer virus is a silly virus that makes Necrons, because they were once actual living people or alien species, it makes them desperately crave to have flesh again. So what does a flayed one do? Well, when they kill an organic creature, they tear off their skin and hang it on them. They hang it on them, so you can see kind of the skin and flesh hanging off him. I don't know if that's a good focus or not. Sorry the camera's so blurry. I don't do camera work, so the camera quality isn't fantastic. Let's pull that up. And they wear the skin of their enemies. And they're infected with the virus. The other Necrons don't like them very much because of this, because they think they're crazy, and the virus is a infection that you can get. Hexmark Destroyer. Okay. Plasma Mancer. I'm not going to read all these. There's 100 cards in here. Necron Wizard. Not all of them are artifact creatures, oddly enough. The Immortal, but I'm going to give you a little bit of lore on each one. I'm going to give you a little lore on these one. The Immortals are a specific type of Necron that are there to just absolutely kill. The Destroyer Cult. Now, this is a Scorpek Destroyer. A Scorpek Destroyer is part of the Necron Destroyer Cult. And what is the Destroyer Cult? Well, I'll tell you. The Destroyer Cult basically hates all life. Okay? Not only are they robots, they say we hate life down to a cellular level. When the Destroyer Cult is deployed in battle, they will kill anything organic. Trees, grass, bacteria. If you encounter a Destroyer Cult on a planet, they are going to burn that planet down till there is literally not even bacteria or viruses left down on the surface. That is what the Destroyer Cult does. As a matter of fact, there are Necron Pharaons and Overlords and Generals that consider using Destroyer Cults in battle. They don't even like to deploy them. They find it dishonorable. They're so insane. They're so vehemently in their disdain for life that they're like, listen, we want to win, but we're not even going to launch Destroyer Cults into them. So that's pretty cool. Here's a vehicle. Here's a Night Scythe. Here's a Night Scythe vehicle. Wow, I'm really not liking this blurriness here. So, properties, cancel. Let's get this. Okay. Video format. So, a Night Scythe is their vehicle. They do have vehicles, even though they are robots. They do deploy from vehicles occasionally. Okay, let's see if we can do a little bit of blending. No, I guess I can't control the camera too much. I'm getting real blurry. This isn't a very good camera. I mean, it was the cheapest one. But there's the Night Scythe. Okay. It is a 3/1 flying invasion beams. When a Night Scythe enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 black Necron warrior artifact creature token. So that's pretty cool. You're saying, where are all these artifacts coming from? Well, we'll show you in a second. Let me get all these swamps out of here. Here you can see some of these swamps. These are actually custom swamps, and you can see the gauze blurs. Do you see these blue bolts? These are the Gaussian weapons that the Necrons use. They actually have custom swamps here. You can see some of their architecture emerging from the ground in these swamps. So really, really cool stuff. There's some Night Scythes in the sky there. So everything in this is custom. Everything in. They're not giving you even default swamps. They're giving you Necron-themed swamps on top of everything else. So put those to the side. We don't need to sleeve these. Even though they're nice, we don't need to sleeve them. But we do want to get to the tokens. Here is a premium thick boy. This is the premium ultra foil thick boy Sergzik the Silent King here. Look how thick that cardstock is. Let me show you compared to a token. This is the thickness difference. Okay, that's the cardstock thickness between the premium, ultra premium one. And this is just the Necron Warrior tokens, the 2/2 Necron Warrior. And this is Sazerac, the Silent King. So that's pretty cool that they give you that one. We're going to sleeve him real quick, because that is a mythic rare. Fits nicely in that lovely J-Villain logo sleeve there. Down here we have the Necron Warrior tokens. I think you've seen these. We're going to need a lot of these because they're almost like a zombie deck, which is why I really like them. Here's popular Magic formats. We'll get rid of that. A lot of these cards are going to say create a 2/2 Necron Warrior, and they're going to say do something with that 2/2 Necron Warrior. So they're almost like artifact creature zombies in that regard. That they are, you know. And you know me. If you know me, you know I like zombie decks. So very cool token options that we have there. Put those to the side. All right. Defile, that's actually just a reprint of a standard black card. Dread Return. Here's some resurrection stuff. All Necrons is always about coming back from the dead. So you're going to see a lot of Reanimator. You're going to see a lot of Reanimator stuff in basically in any kind of ability here. Cranial Plating. Okay, that's equipment. See, at the back here we have a lot of cool stuff. Okay, Cranial Plating, Dread Return. Cranial Plating. +1 for each artifact you control. Attach plating creature to a target creature you control. And its equip is 1. So that's cool. Hedron Archive. The vaults of the Necron Dynasty contain all manner of esoteric artifacts, most forged long before many of the younger races even existed. So there's a Hedron Archive reprint in Necron format. Oh, you can see a nice Necron head there. That's what they look like. They have like skull faces with green eyes. The Mask of Memory. Cool. Soul Ring. This is the Soul Ring. We actually do get a Soul Ring in this deck. And it is a reprint. It is a Necron exclusive reprint. So that's pretty cool. Once the Catan who sought to rule us. Now it is they who serve us. Their shards powering our great machines. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me see if I can adjust the zoom here, guys, because I'm not real happy about how it's going. So hold on 1 second. All right, we're back at it here, guys. Sorry about the blurriness of the camera. Like I said, I don't normally do camera work. So I don't have the best of equipment here. Gale Lord, Hecabus, Pimp Status, Praenar, Tesla, Trexodactyl, USG Delivery, Yoshi. So here's some custom lands. Let me see if we got these here. Baron Moore, Cycling, that's a reprint. Myriad Landscape. Okay. Enters the battlefield tap. Reliquary Tower, no maximum hand size, which is nice. Okay. Darkness, very nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. Prevent all combat damage this turn. That's an instant. Go for the Throat. We're all familiar with that card. This is the exclusive Necron reprint, Go for the Throat. And that's one of the Canoptic Scarabs. Ripping some Space Marine's throat out. Looks like an Ultramarine that they're killing there. So that's pretty cool. Arcane Signet, Commander Sphere, Mind Stone. These are all reprints with the Necron art. So there's a few exclusive cards that are specific to the Necrons Commander deck, and then of course there's like reprints that are kind of Commander stables. Thought Vessel, Unstable Obelisk. It's a lifeless ruin of some long-lost race. What is there to fear? Yeah. Wayfarer's Bauble. Desert of the Glorified. Yes. So this is from this is from Amonkhet, right here, and it is very, very appropriate because the Necrons, as you may or may not know, are very Egyptian themed. They have pharaohs, they have dynasties, they have these pyramids, these activating pyramids, and they're very, very like undead Egyptian themed. So Desert of Glorified was a automatic add right there. Polluted Mire, Vault of Whispers. That's an artifact land, so that's cool. Oh, that one's upside down somehow. Royal Warden. And Anrekar the Traveler. Okay, so here's two good ones here. All right, now we're getting into some good stuff. Let's sleeve some of these. There we go. Legendary artifact creature, Anrakar the Traveler. Land of the Faerun Legions. Whenever Anrakar the Traveler attacks, you may cast an artifact spell from your hand or your graveyard by paying life equal to its mana cost rather than paying its mana cost. That's what this guy does. Though it may take an eternity, I will see the Myriad Dynasties united once more. Very, very cool stuff. Biotransference. Now, Biotransference is a card that is very, very relevant to the Necrons lore. That is the method that their entire race, their entire species went through Biotransference, which was putting their bodies in immortal living metal shells. That's what they did. And it lost their soul in the process, but their consciousness remained. So that was the Biotransference, what they did. When they had their bodies, part of the reason that they went to war with their gods is that all of them had horrible cancer from their sun. And they wanted a cure for their early deaths because they only lived to like 50 years old, and then they died from radiation poisoning. And the gods refused. They said, well, we're going to take it from you anyways. And they launched the war in heaven after undergoing biotransference and getting these living metal bodies. So I am summarizing here. So creatures you control are artifacts in addition to the other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefields. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you lose 1 life and create a 2/2 black Necron warrior artifact creature token. So everything is an artifact creature. Every spell is an artifact spell. And whenever you cast them, you lose life. Obviously, we're biotransferring. And you create one of these Necron warrior tokens that we have over here, which is really cool. Let me get these out of the way here. Let me organize these a little better. Sorry about the blurriness, guys. I'll have to upgrade a special camera for if we're going to do more of these. I'm going to see if this is even something that you guys want to see. And if it's something you want to see, then absolutely we will upgrade. Okay, Polluted Mire, Desert, Wayfarers, Commander, Go for the Throne, Reliquary Tower. That's a land, so let's get the lands moved over. Yeah, alright. Let's put them with our lands over here. Chronomancer. Now, the Necrons also have a lot of time based technology. They can actually control the flow of time, freeze things in place. So Chronomancer is actually really cool. That's a Necron wizard. Cryptek is a Necron wizard. Choose another artifact creature you control. When that creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped. Really, really cool stuff. Again, I'll be back. Legendary creature, Illuminor Cesaras. There he is, or they are, or they are. I can't really even tell what they are. Secrets of the Soul. Sacrifice another creature. Add an amount of black mana equal to the sacrificed creature's mana value. Immortality is not the same as invulnerability, but it is close enough. Very nice. Luckhurst Heavy Destroyer. Look at that big boy. Flying Amnictic Exterminator. When Locust Heavy Destroyer enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. Nice, and it has the Unearth ability, which I'm surprised more Necrons don't have the Unearth ability down here. Okay. Lich Guard. These are very cool. These are like the elite guards of the Pharaons and stuff like that. Necron Deathmark. Necron Overlord. Relentless March. Tap X. Tap X. Untapped artifacts you control. Target opponent loses X life. Wow, that's a game ender right there, guys. And you know I love the gain and drain. So yeah, definitely going to be sleeving that one. We're going to be sleeving all these eventually. Out of the Tombs. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Eon counters on Out of the Tombs. Then mill cards equal to the number of Eon counters on it. If you draw a card while the library has no cards, instead return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If you can't, you lose the game. So you can actually be immune to losing mill. If you have no cards left in your deck, you can just play cards from your graveyard. So you actually get immune to mill with Out of the Tombs here, which is really cool. You only lose the game if you run out of creatures to play from your graveyard. Shard of the Nightbringer. Very nice here. That is going to be a 8-drop. 8/8 flying, drain life. When Shard of the Nightbringer enters the battlefield, if you cast it, target opponent loses half their life, rounded up. You gain life equal to the life they lost. Very cool. The Nightbringer was one of the Catan, one of the great enemies, one of the gods who trick the Necrons into undergoing biotransference, promising them power. Shard of the Void Dragon. This also may be, if you're a big Warhammer fan, Shard of the Void Dragon may be the Omnissiah. No, it may be the Machine God. We don't know. The Emperor of Mankind imprisoned a Shard of the Void Dragon in Mars, and that may be the Machine God that the Adeptus Mechanicus is going on about. So 7/7 is a creature. It's Catan. Spear of the Void Dragon. When Shard of the Void Dragon attacks, each opponent sacrifices a non-land permanent. Master Absorption. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from a battlefield or into exile from the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on Shard of the Void Dragon. Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, I'm loving these cards, man. I'm really excited about these. If you want to get a Commander game in, I've literally never played a game of Paper Commander. This is my first deck of Commander, of Paper Commander. I've played, Historic Brawl on Arena, as you may or may not know, but I have never played a game of Commander, of Paper Commander, in my whole life. Never one time, not one time. Amazing, huh? Who's your commanders? So we have a few options here. It's supposed to be Sarek, the Silent King. Hey, what's up, little things? Sarek, the Silent King. But you could use any of these guys. I mean, you could use Imhotep, the Stormlord. We have an ultra premium Zarek, the Silent King here. You could use, Arek, the Traveler. We have a lot of options. It's supposed to be Zarek, but any one of them will work. Okay. We're almost through here. Soapcat Lord, Menace, 3/2, control command protocols. Other artifact creatures you control get +1 and have Menace. Very nice with the Unearth ability here. That'll bring it back for the same price that you cast it as. Technomancer, very cool. Technomancer enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards, and return any number of artifact creatures. The total mana value of 6 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. So you pay 7 for a 5/1, and it will bring back 6. It'll bring back a 6 cost. Their name is Death. Destroy all target non-artifact creatures. That'll end a game, really. That'll get people mad. Destroy all non-artifact creatures. Their number is Legion, and their name is Death. Create X 2/2 tapped black Necron warrior artifact creature tokens. Then you gain life equal to the number of artifact creature tokens you control. Number of artifacts you control, sorry. Then exile exile, their number is Legion. You may cast this from your graveyard. So, very good. Their name is Death, and their number is Legion. Tombblade, very cool. There he is, guys. Trolls in the Infinite. There he is. This guy is probably the most famous Necrons because he is very funny. Trey's in the Infinite, the father of 1,000 memes, here to steal your girl and to steal you. He is the curator of the museum, that he is the self-appointed curator of the Museum of, like, the Ages. He is a 4/6 Death Touch, 2 black and 4 Prismatic Gallery. As long as Trey's in the Infinite is on the battlefield, it has all activated abilities of all artifacts in your graveyard. So he steals everything because he feels it is his job as an immortal Necron to chronicle everything that's ever happened in the whole galaxy. So he'll just go to a whole legion of Space Marines and steal them with chronomancy, like freeze them in place, and be like, all right, I'm going to make you guys be a diorama in my giant tomb world. It's called Solemnus. He'll steal anything. He's tried to steal Vulcan's staff multiple times. He is the master of many memes. He is really, really, really funny. And he has a very good book called The Infinite and the Divine. So obviously he is sleeve worthy here. But yeah, if anyone knows a Necron, it's probably Trazen. He's actually helped the Imperium on a number of occasions. He's one of those chaotic neutral characters that just people love. Triarch Spider. Okay, 4/5. Targeting relay, very nice. Here it is, the War in Heaven. This is a... there it is, guys. The War in Heaven. Yeah, okay. 6 total, 3 black and 3. It is a saga. You draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life. Mill 3 cards. Choose 3 creature cards with a total mana of 8 or less. Let's get the lighting on here. Let's see if I can get this lighting. I don't know why the zoom is so bad, guys. I really apologize for that. Choose up to 3 cards, creature cards with a total mana value 8 or less in your graveyard. Return each of them to the battlefield with a Necrodermis counter on it. They're artifacts in addition to their other types. So very cool. The War in Heaven. Canoptic Scarab Swarms. Yeah, these are little robot Scarab Swarms here. Canoptic Spider. Gross. Canoptic Tomb Sentinel. More artifact creature insects. Canoptic Wraith. Right. Wraith form, very cool. Convergence of Dominion. Crypt Thrall. Ghost Arc. We can actually see that. We can actually play one of those in the game. Necron Monolith. That's the big boy. That's that walking, floating pyramid monster that I was talking about that just wrecks everything. It has gauze things on it. Gauss cannons. 7/7, flying and indestructible. Eternity Gate. Whenever Necron Monolith attacks, mill 3 cards for each black creature. For each creature card milled this way, create a 2/2 black Necron Warrior artifact creature token. The crew is 4 for a 7/7. Well, it's already called Necrons. I mean, Resurrection Orb. Equipped creature has lifelink. Whenever the equipped creature dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Very nice. Necrons Assemble. That's pretty good. Scepter of Eternal Glory. Add 1 mana of any color. Add 3 mana of any color. Activate only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name. Very, very good. I think this one's fairly expensive, as a matter of fact. Tomb Fortress. That's going to be a land. We can go put that over in the land pile. Okay. Beacon of Unrest. Very nice. This is Rise and Serve Once More. Trays into the Infinites telling him that. Pretty cool. Living Death. Exile. Each player exiles all creature from the graveyard, then sacrifices all creatures they control, then put all cards they exiled this way onto the battlefield. Holy crap, that's an ender right there. That is a game ender right there. Wow. So, yeah, that is brutal. Mutilate, that's a reprint. Cage Sun, that's a Catan in there. You see that humanoid figure and that artwork right there? they're using that as a battery. They're using an entire god called a Catan as a battery. That's how powerful these guys are. Endless Essence, Gilded Lotus, Mystic Forge, Sculpting Steel, that's the living metal that they're made out of, Cryptek, and a Chronomancer. Okay, very cool stuff. All right, so we got through all of them. Really, really cool. I love the green and black. I love the artwork. We'll have to play some Necrons in the in Dawn of War, because I want you to see how they actually look and act and feel. And if you're unfamiliar with the 40K, it's hard to understand just how cool these things are. And how terrible. But you can see this is a Mill Resurrection deck. And it is very, very, very cool. I'm very excited about finally getting into Commander. I rate this an absolute A+. I mean, this was not... The MSRP is about $60 for this, but it's hard to find it for $60. Final rating, I'd say this is an A+. This is just absolutely... has absolutely just blown me away with the quality. I don't see much warping, even in the sleeves. Oh, a little bit of warping there. It's a little bit of warping. But that's been an ongoing problem with Wizards lately. The cards are in great shape. The foil looks great. The theme is just perfect. This was not a slapdash. Listen, I know Warhammer 40K. I know the lore. They just nailed it when it comes to the feel of Necrons, of what they're doing, how they do it. The self-mill, resurrection, unearth. They've really, really, really just nailed the whole feel of the Necrons and their whole thing that they do. And I think it's fantastic. So for the haters out there, I think that 40K makes a very good fit. I would love to see more 40K stuff. I'd love to see a whole standard 40K set. That would be really cool. It wouldn't make any sense to have Necrons and Space Marines fighting together in the same deck. Well, I guess if you're a Planeswalker, it doesn't matter, but I'm not against the 40K and Wizards mashup. As far as a secret layer, I'd rather see not a secret layer, and I'd rather them do a standard. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be really, really cool. I think it absolutely fits in the theme and in the general idea that that Necrons are. See that Ghost Arc there. Put it in the sleeve. It's not curving very much. By the way, yes, you can buy these J-Villain sleeves. Okay. But yeah, absolute A+. Absolute A+. The feel, the creatures, the way they work, the mechanics, a lot of thought, I feel, was put into this. A lot of the depth into the lore. The writing, even the flavor text, is just so on point, you know? Because it's all Commander cards. That's why. And I don't think they wanted to adapt it. They could have, but some stuff is too powerful because it specifically was Commander. So yeah, their name is Death, and their number is Legion. Absolutely, that is just nails it right there, guys. Their name is Death, and their number is Legion. Just nailed the flavor of Necrons right there, guys. Just absolutely killed it. I have some more sleeves in here. So yeah, we're gonna slay. I would love to see it in Arena, but next year we're getting Alchemy, Lord of the Rings. But I would have loved to see this in Arena. Necrons in mono black, just beautiful. When the Silent King saw what had been done, he knew at last the true nature of the Catan and the doom they had wrought in his name. The Book of Mournful Light. Destroy all Narn artifact creatures. Their name is Death. So, bit of a tragic fate that they had. You know, before they were just merciless robots, but now through ambition, through hubris, through trickery, through guile, through deception, they really, their kingdom has fallen, and they're doomed to spend eternity as kind of undead, unfeeling monsters. So, absolute A+, man. I think they knocked it out of the park. I think they knocked it out of the park with these. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to continue sleeving them, but if you really liked this in-person card review stuff that we're doing here. If you want to see more stuff, well, like it, because I'll have to get a better camera so you can see, actually read the cards in focus. That would probably be best if you could actually see what I was doing. So yeah, we're gonna leave it right there, boys. Boys and girls. All hail the Silent King. I've been Jay Villain. You've been great. And again, thank you to Silent Snow for buying these for me for a lovely holiday gift. I absolutely would recommend them. And if you want to catch a game of Commander, absolutely, I'll challenge you. Anytime, any place. If you are a Commander creator and you're watching this and you want me on your Commander, whatchamacallit, I'd love to be there too. Until next time, guys, I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You got to see my hands. That's cool, right?